Hello and welcome to Ticking All the Boxes for this week, where we are going to look at Epsom Day in Sydney at Randwick, and later we'll touch on the Turnbull Stakes card down at Flemington. Nico, what's doing?
Oh, mate, not much. Flat out at the moment.
Brought a new shirt.
It's an old one, actually. I meant to change it, so...
You got your two stripes. What's that?
Two stripes.
Lieutenant,
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
captain, sergeant.
I don't know. The boys out Randwick this morning said it looked like I just left the nightclub, so...
Did they?
Yeah. I said, no, not today.
Okay.
If they had caught me on Monday, it would have been a different story, but...
Yes. Entertained on
entertained.
a big night, grand final night.
Yeah. Thanks to Centrebet.
Centre-back.
Hmm.
Yeah, good sports, those blokes.
Yeah, they're all lovely blokes.
Yeah. All right.
How are you going?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Sick of packing bags and working out what I've got and what I haven't got. And we better make a note. There probably won't be a preview next week.
No,
I haven't really thought about it because I've got so many things happening. But yeah, next week we're in transit down to Melbourne, so we may be doing a text version, but we'll just see what happens.
I've got a little idea there, but
All
we'll
right.
see what happens. Yeah.
All right, we'll discuss that later.
Yep.
Randwick Saturday, track's dead 4. They had a little bit of rain earlier this week. Not much, but enough. Oh no, they had a good storm there Sunday night.
They did, yeah.
Mind you, it's been 30 degrees every day since. But look,
It's Randwick.
you would expect it to dry out, but chance of a shower on Saturday morning, which
Yep.
depends on how much they get. They're racing at Randwick, so it could get 80 mils. We'll see what happens.
What was it last time we raced there? Dead 5, wasn't it?
Dead 4
Dead
and
4.
became a good 3
Became a
after
good
about
3.
3 races. Hadn't rained for 4 months in Sydney. Anyway. All right, great meeting. We'll get straight into it. We've got 9 races, so we're going to be pretty busy. The first is the Gym Crack for the fillies, the 2-year-old fillies, the first 2-year-old race of the season in Sydney. A couple of prices here. We've got Grey Countess at $8, Gullop $3.80, $4.60, Shaddad and Sugar Rush at $2.40 favourite.
How do you pronounce this, Darley horse? Is it Guelph?
Gullop?
Guelph?
I don't know.
I don't know. Look,
Mark Schoen will work that out.
Mark will work it out, will he? Yeah. I can't split Gaze 2 and the Darley horse. Unfortunately, only one of them's drawn reasonably. Typically in the 2-year-old races, I prefer to draw barriers 1 to 4. I've got a slight lean towards Sugar Rush from barrier 9. Thought both trials have been good. I saw her out there this morning. She's enormous. She's just a ready-made racehorse. But I've got a healthy respect for Guelph as well. And if she can get the right run from barrier 11, which I doubt she can, then I wouldn't be surprised if she took the event out. But for me, it might be a no-bet race, actually.
Okay. I got Sugar Rush clearly on top. It's just a real professional list. So the thing I liked about her, you got to see her in 2 different racing patterns in her 2 trials. The first one, she got squeezed out. She was a bit slow out. Got back, got the split late, just charged through, went 3 to their 1 to the line. Then last time they sent her to the front, and she just toyed with them. By more than ready out of a mare called Sugar Babe, who was an early 2-year-old winner at Flemington when trained by Friedman. She was exceeding excel on tight. I actually looked at her as a yearling. She was a beauty.
Yep. She ran 5th in the slipper as well, didn't she? Or 5th or 6th?
Yeah, something like that. But no, she's the one for me, and she's well on top because I think she can adapt.
Yep.
You know.
Just needs a bit of luck from that 9, though, doesn't she?
Well, she does, but they could ride her quiet off the first trial. She's going to run through the line. So she's the one for me. I'm tipping they won't.
They won't be right. No.
Shaddad, the hardest to beat. Looked green in her trial, but I like the way she attacked the line. She's out of Shamika by Fastnet Rock, so she'll keep improving. But, yeah, look, I don't know if I want to be taking shorter than 6 or 4 in a 2-year-old race full of first starters, but I couldn't be backing anything to beat her.
Yep.
So, all right. Race 2 is the Breeders for the Colts. And our market's this. We'll just give you the short ones here. Go down to Var Pensiero, 850, War 280, 350 Whittington, and the rest are all double figures or better.
Yeah, mate, this is a good bet, this War. I know our very own Clocker really fancies Whittington after the trials. The horse missed a start few lengths.
Clocker's been talking up War since he first saw it.
He has been talking up War as well. He mentioned at the trials the other day when they all trialled on the same day that he thought Whittington was a pick. We wrote an article on it, but I think War, barrier 2, as I said before, I like the inside gates in the 2-year-old race, especially early on. Ready-made racehorse, gets Nash on, I think he'll be winning for sure.
I reckon War trial better anyway. I don't get carried away with those horses that get out the back and get their head scrubbed off and charge home when everything else in the trial's jogging. War just looked professional, did everything right. As I said, I spoke to Clock about 4 or 5 weeks ago and War was his pick of the Randwick 2-year-old, so that'll do me. 280, yeah, he probably have something on him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get out a little bit, actually, even further, because there's already been support for Whittington. He's 420 to 350, so it's different under race day pressure to trial pressure. That's all I'll say. So, War for me, and we'll get across to race 3. The Roman Consul Stakes, the Group 2, set weights for the 3-year-olds. Your Song's at $5. What do we got here? $9 for Royal Rada. Ichihara $1.85 and $8 down the bottom for Jolie Bay.
Mate, you just can't fault this Ichihara, can you? Whether or not going up to the 1200, I mean, she's performed over 1200 before, but she might just be better over the 1000, 1100. That's the only query.
Ran through the line pretty strong at Randwick.
She did. But I've noticed with those sprinters, particularly the younger horses, 2 and 3-year-olds, once they go up 100 metres, it can be the difference. But I can't fault her. She's a pretty bomb-proof type of horse, and I thought the best part about her last race was she took the sit and just exploded, whereas previously she generally led.
I think that was the key. That's the key. The 2 times she's hit the line in her life were last time when she, as I said, she was strong to the line, and then 2 runs prior, his last run of her last campaign in the Kindergarten Stakes, they rode her with a sit, and she had no luck and got out late and ran home strongly. I think that's the key. This is a no-bet race for me because you've got Your Song up the top. Like, off his Run of the Rose run, he's the one you'd want to be on. Off his Golden Rose run where they rode him up on the speed and he just capitulated, you couldn't back him. And I think he has had a little bit of a drama since then, or he pulled up a bit sore from the run. So there's a massive question mark about him here. Yeah. It's obviously an afterthought, for $105,000. But if he turned up with his A game,
yeah,
I'd want to be on him. But how much confidence can you say he's going to turn up with his A game?
I mean, you don't want to be taking $1.85 against him, do you?
No way in the world, because I'd do him a head in if he just was right and just stormed home over the top. But Ichihara, if they ride her with a sit again, the $1,200, the 1,200 metres doesn't worry me, the way she ran through the line there last start. They're the 2, clearly.
Okay.
They're the 2, clearly, I think. All right, race 4, the Craven Plate. Morane's the favourite, and these odds are sports bet too.
Sports bet, there you go.
Yeah.
When are they going to...
What?
Nothing.
What are you going to say?
Some tickets.
For what?
There's nothing on anymore, is there?
No, there's nothing on.
There's cricket, but no one likes that anymore.
Who said?
Oh, I don't know, me. I'm a massive cricket fan, played it all my life, but Jesus.
You said you don't like it anymore, so you're not a cricket fan.
Well, no, I was. They just play it all the time. It's just...
Doesn't have the impact summer anymore, does it?
No.
Like it used to.
Do you remember when you were a kid in that hot summer and you'd go out in the morning to the beach and you'd come back and the cricket was on the telly and you'd laze in?
I didn't go to the beach if the cricket was on the telly, mate.
Oh, right,
I just jumped in the pool for drinks.
All
right.
right.
Moraine, 290. Class is class 380. 650 Western Symbol. $10 Dare to Dream. The rest are all bigger than that.
Mate,
what have we got? Hang on one sec. We got any gear changes here? No. Oh, that Less is More's got race plates on for the first time.
Okay. This is quite an interesting race, actually, because you've got a few different form lines coming together. There's some imported stays with a bit of talent that could be picking up some pretty good races in either this prep or next prep. But Western Symbol's one of mine, as you know. I think he's too good to put the pen through on his first up run. He can definitely come back at $6.50 is a good price for him.
You're kidding.
No, it's a good price for him.
You're kidding. How could you take $6.50, going from 1,400 to 2,000 after going like a busted first up.
Mate, he's trained by Gay. If anyone's going to get a horse from
Well,
40 to 2,000,
that's a recipe to take 650.
Well, I hope this horse comes out and wins.
Mate, I love the horse. You know that.
He's a very good horse.
I'm just saying, I could not go near him at $6.50 off what I saw first up, going from 1,400 to 2,000. Weight for age.
What I saw first up was a horse that faced the breeze 3 wide and had absolutely.
Oh, was it blowing a gale up there, was it?
No. I'm just saying he was facing the breeze 3 wide. You don't have to have a.
It was terrible,
gale.
Mate.
Mate, it's just to put a pen through run. You don't even look at it. You just pretend it didn't happen, and you just move on, and you look at the next start, and you assess him.
So what happens if he gets beaten 10 here? Do you just put the pen through it because Gay trains it and just go to the next
No,
run?
if he gets beaten 10 here on his merits and doesn't have to sit 3 wide as the only horse in the race, and gets beaten, then yes, I'll put the pen through him. Say, right, for whatever reason, he's showing everything in track work. He looks $1 million. I saw him again this morning. He looks $1 million. He's a big, strong animal.
He's a lovely horse, mate. Absolute ripper.
If he doesn't perform on Saturday, yeah, you put the pen through and you say, okay, this prep's not for him for whatever reason. But I would not be putting the pen through a horse of his calibre, who's still a progressive type, off the back of one. Yeah, off the back of one run. He's up to this class. Don't worry about that. He's got enough class to beat this mob. The horse that's the biggest problem is Moraine, because he's got a very similar running style to Western Symbol, is that he gets on top of the speed and he just grinds away. Now, I spoke to Huey yesterday, and you'll see this on the interviews that will go up a bit later on. He said to me, I won't be making the same mistake again.
Tops. Thanks, Huey.
I knew you'd love to hear that.
Charge in at the $2.90 this week when I was on at $8.50 last week.
He said, I was going to push the button at the 800 last time, and he said, I didn't because he was second up 2,000 metres. Of course, we're talking about the Hill Stakes.
I did make that comment after the race. If that wasn't second up, he wins that race.
And we were watching it together, and I said, yeah, he's gone too late. And Lamasseria just sprinted up past him. But and from barrier 11, I think it's a perfect barrier for Moraine because he's got no option. He's got to go forward. And he'll sit outside the lead all lead. And that's a perfect spot for him to be. He won't have anyone box him in. He won't be dictated to. He's the one to beat. But at $6.50, I could have something on Western Symbol.
This is not a bet race for me. I am not taking $2.90 Moraine when the horse is a 7-year-old and has had 3 wins from 31 starts. Okay, that's a recipe for disaster. I respect class is class. I just wonder whether he's a Monsieur, he's an imported horse. I just wonder whether 2,000 might be
short.
It might be just a bit too short for him now. Third up, I don't want to have him at 380.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's the best horse in the race, though.
Possibly one of them. I wouldn't go as far as say the best, but one of them definitely. Look, I love Western Symbol, but for the reasons I've already said, I cannot go near him. Massive query on Dare to Dream. We mentioned him first up in the Bill Ritchie, and he was on course. He was $20 to $6.50 that day.
Yeah.
But he just went like a horse that's crying out for 2,000. He was warming up the last furlong. I think the winner will come from those 4, but I just do not want to participate because I reckon it'll end in tears. So. The other import, he's a nice progressive horse, less is more, but he goes from the minimum in a average handicap. When I say an average handicap, what I'm saying is not the good level, like Jackanoff Bay, Gangster's Choice, straight to weight for age. I couldn't see him winning this. So
probably the best part about that last run, mate, as well, is that was a very slowly run race, and he was back a bit, and he's a horse that.
He had no weight, mate. He goes up 5 kilos from going around.
There was a lot of merit to that run, though.
Oh, there might have been, but the grade difference is
quantum. Oh, no, definitely. And
quantum.
And the weight, yeah.
I'm talking about back on the winner here. I can't have him as a winner here.
He'll pick up I can see him pick up a handicap race in Melbourne, possibly. I don't know which one. But
yeah, I'll assess him again after this. This is going to give you a much clearer guide where he sits. But to me, the winner will come from the other 4, but it's just a complete no bet race for me.
What about Seville? We've been talking about him a bit. He went all right last start as well.
I don't think he'll come up here. There's a few of these Lloyd horses on the weekend that are dual accept as efficient in Seville. So until they scratch him, you don't know. But I would think they will probably run him in Melbourne to keep him down there. But I still, at weight for age, I couldn't have him beating those other horses.